The teams have had time to make changes, the drivers have had time to recharge. Here's the highlights from F1 testing in Bahrain, day 4. The drivers kicked off the day by taking the official group photo for the start of the season, and with 22 drivers on the grid this year, you can imagine the chaos that took place just to get that one picture. I feel sorry for the director, and I also feel sorry for Liam Lawson, who spent the entire shoot in a squat, which must have really hurt. Once the photo was done, it was time for testing to kick off. Once the fog had cleared, it started on time, with aero rakes seen straight away on the likes of Kimi Antonelli and Alex Albon's cars. Track conditions during the morning session led to a few slips and slides from some of the drivers, Lindblad being the first to have a lock-up, followed by the likes of Leclerc, Perez and Norris, the world champion in particular having a few lock-ups. In the afternoon session, the incidents continued, with Hamilton being the first to have a lock-up, quickly followed by Lance Stroll, who went very wide into the gravel and caused a red flag. Issues for Hadjar during testing yet again. He missed most of the morning session but was able to get more running in the afternoon, as Red Bull were the only team not to switch drivers during the break. Red Bull themselves said this week that they are not currently the benchmark, and they reckon they're sitting 4th behind the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes and McLaren. Sensor issues for Cadillac meant they missed a lot of running during the morning session, and as a team they amassed the lowest amount of laps today. It's not been a great start in testing so far for the new team on the grid, with both drivers having issues with the car on track last week. There was also issues for Aston Martin, a power unit problem keeping Alonso in the garage for most of the morning session. They're still running behind the other teams, with their chief trackside officer Mike Crack, yes that's his real name, saying today that they are late to the party. Mercedes had better running today, following on from their reliability issues last week. George Russell topped the session today. No issues for McLaren today, with both drivers running on track. Oscar finishing ahead of Lando. He has been faster than the world champion so far during testing. Ferrari looking quick again, with Charles Leclerc topping the morning session and finishing 3rd overall at the end of the day. They were also spotted running some new parts towards the back of their car today, a new wing near the exhaust pipe. A small issue during the afternoon session did interrupt Hamilton's running though. He spent a lot of time in the garage unfortunately. And if we look at the final timings for the day, you can see that George Russell finished top, also taking the prize for most laps. He was followed in 2nd place by Oscar Piastri, who was followed by Leclerc, Norris and Hadjar. And that's a roundup of the many things that took place during an interesting day 4 of testing in Bahrain. I'll be back tomorrow with the highlights from day 5, and until then don't forget to subscribe to The Benchmark for more F1 content.